Welcome back, Source Nation. You're listening live to Healthy Living with Dr. Julissa.
Good evening, Source Nation. Good evening and welcome to Healthy Living. I am your host, Kathy B, and tonight we're going to have another great show. We're going to be speaking on detoxification, detoxing your body and why is it so important. And of course, we have our lovely doctor in the house, Dr. Julissa Hernandez, who will be joining us this evening and giving us some valuable information. So tonight's conversation is all about 8 results to expect from a cleansing and detoxification program. Dr. Julissa is here in the studio with us. We're going to give her a moment to introduce herself to you, and then we'll start our conversation from there. Good evening, Dr. Julissa. How are you? And welcome to Healthy Living.
I'm feeling divine, my beautiful friend. Thank you so much for having me once again.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Of course, if you will, Dr. Julissa, we have brand new family members that have joined us this evening. If you will, please take a moment to introduce yourself, and we'll go ahead and talk about tonight's subject.
All right. Thank you, Kathy. Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Julissa Hernandez. I'm a board-certified naturopathic doctor practicing now for over 23 years. I'm an international speaker of natural medicine and teacher of natural medicine, television and radio public figure, and honored to be a part of this amazing platform to help you all achieve the optimum health you deserve. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Dr. Julissa. Again, Source Nation, we are speaking tonight in reference to detoxing and the benefits of detoxing. As we are now going into a new season, we're going into fall and winter. A lot of us have done some wonderful and amazing things this summer, meaning, we've had our trips and we've spent time with family and friends. But you know what? Seriously, we somehow neglected our bodies, myself included, because I love to eat. So now it's time to get very serious. And how can we do that? How can we do that from a medical standpoint? How can we continue to keep our bodies healthy and active? And that really simply is, Source Nation, is to detoxify. Okay, so tonight's conversation, once again, is all about 8 results to expect from a cleansing and detoxification program. Now, Dr. Julissa, what I'd like to do is talk about detoxing the body and why is it so important for us to do so, because I know that it's imperative that we continue to keep our organs healthy and active. So can you share why detoxing your body is very important?
A wonderful, wonderful question. First of all, the process of eliminating toxins and waste from the intestines itself is something that has been practiced for centuries. Okay. And it is really, truly something that can help us in prevention of disease. Today, we are so exposed to so many environmental toxins in our water, in our air, in the food that we eat, the chemicals, GMOs, and so on and so forth, that the natural process that the body already is innately able to do of detoxification has been blocked, has been obstructed, has been affected because of everything that we are exposed to. And so if we are truly to prevent disease, we must help the body in eliminating a lot of these poisons and toxins that the body is harboring because of everything that we're exposed to. And it needs help doing that. Mm-hmm. Just the vegetables themselves that we would be eating, fruits that we would be eating. I have so many patients that have said, but I eat so much roughage, right, Dr. Julissa, and yet I don't eliminate the same, or I only eliminate once every 3 days. As far as having a bowel movement, so everyone can understand my terms there. So it's something that needs to be done so that we can prevent disease.
Interesting. I want to go back, if we may, and talk about that, because naturally, and I know for myself, I would think if we're incorporating the fruits and the vegetables, that we are able to have a bowel movement, eliminate, as you say. But it doesn't matter how much you eat, you have to implement other things other than the fruits and the vegetables, if that I'm hearing you correctly.
Well, the reason is, one, because the soil has been reused so much that the fruits and vegetables that we're intaking today is deficient in nutrients. The
Okay.
same broccoli that we're eating today, right, is not the same broccoli that our great grandfather used to intake. It's deficient in nutrients. The food is now very deficient because of the depletion of the soil. So the reuse of it constantly. So incorporating other aspects of what the earth provides us with, herbs and roots are still food. And so if we consider beautiful, wonderful combinations of herbs that help us with uh, helping in that process, then we should do so. So incorporating those things is a plus.
Great, great information there. I want to go on and discuss the article. As you stated that there were 8 results that you can expect from a cleanse. Let's talk about that. What are some of the things that you can expect if you're wanting to begin a cleanse? What should you do?
Okay, a wonderful question. First off, it's important for people to understand what the body does with toxins, first of all.
Hmm.
What does it do? Okay, so the body's extremely intelligent. It's a wonderful, wonderful computer developed by our creator that does the following. When the body is harboring toxins,
Hmm.
what it does is the body then pushes toxic matter off to the side, covers it in mucus and fat so that the body does not suffer an immune reaction. So the more weight, for example, or obese a person is, the
Hmm.
more toxic their body is because what it is toxins enveloped in mucus and fat stores. So that's just one example.
Okay.
So the way to begin helping the body to eliminate that excess is, first of all, incorporating some herbal therapies.
Hmm.
I love to use specific combinations of herbs that are going to focus on not just the colon. That's where I would love a lot of people to take into account. Yes, elimination is first and foremost when it comes to detoxification. For example, Kathy, a lot of people don't eliminate 2 to 3 times a day, every day, the way they're supposed to.
Okay.
So yes, cleansing the colon, large intestine is a must. However, I love to incorporate cleanses that also focus on, for example, cleansing the other eliminatory organs like the liver, like the lungs, like the skin and the kidneys. So overall, internal cleansing is necessary, and herbal therapies can help in that process.
Okay. Now, I want to go back in reference to, and I have a question with the environment. What is more harmful? Is it the actual environmental toxins that we are receiving, like when we're out and about, or is it the body, the toxins within the body? Which one is more harmful, has the most impact?
The question actually, in a way, is the same for that listener that sent it in. You're breathing in toxic air, the lungs will be affected. You're eating foods that are not, for example, organic, and intaking a lot of GMOs, genetically modified organisms, and pesticides. Then, of course, the liver and other organs are going to be affected because it becomes overloaded. That's the chemical plant of the body. So either or, whether you're ingesting it via food, or you're ingesting it via what you breathe in, or you're ingesting it by placing certain things within the body. I even wrote an article regarding, for example, how even sexual lubricants cause high levels of toxicity in the body, and that goes in through mucous membranes, and
Mhm.
even that can start causing challenges of toxicity that would cause us to definitely consider that
Yes.
we need to detoxify. So, however, the body is exposed to toxic matters, environmental, whether it's ingesting it through food or mucous membranes, all of them are detrimental to us, all of them.
Great information there. Great information. Let's move on. Now, in regards to detox, I know when people think of detox, the first thing that comes to mind is, okay, if I detox, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight. And of course, when I think about detox, I think about two different things, because early on you stated that not having a bowel movement 2 to 3 times within a day. I focus on detoxing for that primarily because with me, I suffer from IBS, and then also the losing weight part too. So let's talk to Source Nation if we can in reference to that. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. My weight loss programs, and my patients can tell you, one of the top weight loss patients I'm dealing with right now, a very predominant entrepreneur here in New York City, has lost 57 pounds with me, given away on all his clothes, went to Italy with his wife recently, and completely revamped his entire wardrobe to now his newfound weight. And the entire process was detoxification.
Okay.
We have incorporated an additional number of herbs here and there that help with emulsifying fat. However, what's important for us to maintain and understand, and maintain during the process is a constant cleansing and detoxification. So for people that think it only can be done every change of season or every 3 months, that's not the case.
Okay.
Because now we're dealing with a person that is dealing with obesity, that is dealing with harboring fat stores. And we must remember that, again, what it is that the body has taken toxic matter and enveloped it in mucus and fat. If we detoxify the body then can shed that mucus and fat. And so it is not uncommon for a person to do a simple detoxification program without incorporating fat burners, without incorporating specific diuretics and so on. Like many people try to lose weight quickly and unhealthily, right? It is not uncommon to find a person that does a detoxification program, a normal, regular 2-week detoxification program, and lose 5 to 16 pounds. Okay. Many, time and time again, naturopathic doctors, my colleagues can tell you time and again, he lost the weight or she lost the weight and so on. So it depends on how much that patient or person desires to lose, but during the entire process that they're in a weight loss journey, I recommend constantly continuing with cleansing. That is a necessity. Where's the fat going to come out of if they don't go?
That's right.
I can tell you on a funny note, I've in the very beginning, and of course I've been in practice 23 years, but in the very beginning but I don't want to go to the bathroom, Dr. Julissa. Well, where is the fat going to come out of? Where it doesn't disintegrate into thin air, and it puzzles me how people feel that they can't do that now. They don't have to be weary about getting the runs and having loose stools, and to the point where they won't be able to work a full day comfortably. No, but elimination is necessary for you to lose weight and cleanse.
Okay. All right. Source Nation, we are speaking with Dr. Julissa tonight, and tonight's discussion is all about the 8 results to expect from a cleansing and detoxification program. So great information that she has given us in reference to that. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about the 8 different things that we can expect within the program, Dr. Julissa. And as I take a look at what I'm reading here, and of course, Source Nation, Dr. Julissa has written an amazing article that we're going to put down in our comment section right after the show. So therefore you can go back and read at your leisure. And then if this is something that you want to do, you can discuss further, if you may, with Dr. Julissa. Now, with the program, you stated that there are 8 different things that you can expect and what you need to look for. The first one is to clean the digestive tract of accumulated waste, and fermented bacteria. Explain that particular part of the detoxification program, Dr. Julissa, if you may, please.
Okay. So it's a shocker for many people to hear that they should be eliminating minimum 2 to 3 times a day.
Right.
Minimum, and I'm going to get a little blunt, you should be pooping at least 2 to 3 times a day, ladies and gentlemen. Now, how your elimination is also very important. I
Okay.
remember we did a program, a show on this some time ago, Kathy, as well. But one way that everyone should take into account that real, true, good elimination should be happening is the following. If everyone could please take their right wrist
Okay. Yeah.
and do this with your left hand,
Remember that. Mm-hmm.
and put your thumb around with your forefinger, okay, around your wrist.
Mm-hmm.
The width of the fecal matter that you should be eliminating should be the width of your right wrist.
Okay.
The width of each one of our individual colons has been scientifically proven to be the width of each one of our right wrists.
Wow.
And so you find people that are eliminating very thin looking like fecal matter, or they're eliminating small little pebbles. And if your parents out there, think of how your children used to eliminate. When they would eliminate, when they were small, they would form, it would be nice and cylinder-like. It would form an S in the bowl, and it would float. Yes or yes, Kathy?
Yes.
Exactly. And so many people lose that. They notice that it's just a thin little worm-like fecal matter that they're eliminating. So what that tells you is that your colon is here, and all of this is still maybe stuck to your colon wall. You're only eliminating the thin center portion. And so I know that this is a visual that is not very comfortable for many of you, but it's reality. And it's important for us to discuss this. So there you go with that.
Okay.
Accumulated waste. Fermented bacteria, when you say that, how many of you are red meat eaters out there? Well, here's a visual for you. For all of you, yes, let's get blunt, darling, let's get blunt. For all of you out there that eat red meat, please have this visual in your mind. Have a bowel movement, do not flush, close the lid of the toilet, and come back in 3 days. That is exactly the way that red meat ferments in the colon. It takes you approximately 3 days to eliminate it.
Mm-hmm.
And so know that in a cleansing and detoxification program, number 1 of the 8 that we're discussing, that factor of fermented bacteria is exactly what I want them to know that they'll experience when they do a detoxification and cleanse.
Awesome. Your second and third one states that purify the liver, blood, and kidneys, clear excess, congestion, and mucus from the body. Talk about those 2 areas, please.
Okay, so, well, the liver is the chemical plant of our body. That is one that needs to be focused on also when doing cleansing. Everything gets pretty much filtered through there. The liver is the filter of fat, the filter of blood, and the filter of hormones.
Mm-hmm.
So it needs to be a focus. It's our chemical plant. When you filter and cleanse the liver, you're also cleansing the blood. So there's that factor you just mentioned. Now the kidneys, necessary as well. It needs to they need to go through that cleansing as well to help prevent also what an accumulation of bacteria can cause, urinary tract infections, bladder infections, and so on and so forth. Eliminating water retention as well. My sufferers of high blood pressure out there, I can't tell you enough how many people I've been able to help to come off of Norvasc, Diovan, atenolol, and all those types of medications from cleansing and eliminating a lot of the burden on the kidneys, because in naturopathy we know there's no such thing as high blood pressure, only weak kidneys. So if they're overloaded, that's a challenge. So that's number 2. Number 3, as you mentioned, clear excess congestion. And from the body, you find people that every morning must blow their nose, or every morning must eliminate phlegm and cough up phlegm and big stores of mucus from the chest. People who have had asthma, pneumonia, bronchitis. Cleansing the lungs is part of that. They are part of those eliminatory organs. And so many people that do a detoxification program, and first of all, you should always look at what comes out of you in the toilet when you have a bowel movement. Always look. What they'll notice is that they'll see mucus enveloped in the stool as well. So we are eliminating a lot of maybe congestion in the sinus and in the lungs when they're going through the cleansing process, and they see it in the stool.
And I think that that's very important because that's one thing that I do too. I look behind.
Mm. Wonderful, darling. Wonderful. Yes, wonderful.
So 4 and 5 reads correct craving dependencies of nicotine, alcohol, drugs, sugar, and caffeine. And
Mm.
then 5 is increased mental clarity.
Mhm.
Uh, I really love number 5 because I think that that is very important as well. Talk to us, if you will, Dr. Julissa, regarding 4 and 5.
Okay, so correcting cravings, my gosh, if you're detoxifying the body and you're eliminating a lot of this waste and toxicity that you're harboring, and you're a smoker, if you eliminate, that's one of the ways that I'm able to help people with addictions.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cleanse them of what their body's harboring, the body doesn't keep craving it. So of course, once you're flushing that out, the body doesn't have that constant natural addictive craving. Drugs, of course, drugs of any kind. Sugar, most definitely. The pancreas is affected when the liver is cleansed. It's affected in a positive way, and it's helped out when the liver is cleansed or you're going through a detoxification process. So the burden is not there for it to feel overloaded and need to do overdrive and producing the insulin that it needs to. So the cravings for sugar definitely lessens. I've proved that time and again. And then for those people that feel that if they don't have that cup of coffee, they get a migraine, they feel sick, they feel nauseous, that means the body is extremely toxic. Please know that. If you
Wow.
feel,
Okay.
and I'm sure you know people like that, right?
Yeah, myself.
Oh, no. I mean, very toxic, my sweet friend, but that's okay. We're going to resolve that. However, you don't crave it that way, and you don't have the withdrawal symptom that people have when they're addicted to certain things and they don't have it any longer. That's not normal. It's not normal for your body to need something in that manner and feel so addicted to it. So a cleanse helps to correct that
Okay.
very easily. Now, increasing the mental clarity, why? If one were to take a cross section of the colon and look at it under a microscope, it would look like it's a cross section of the brain. And so there is a direct connection between our brains and the colon. Think about how when a person may start having certain thoughts and so on and so forth, the bowel may start to react. So there's a direct connection there. The colon has little neurotransmitters, little hairs that send signals to the brain. So when the colon is not so impacted any longer and
Mm-hmm.
it's free flowing, it's open to just do its digestive processes without congestion, the mind is clearer. You can focus better. You don't feel like you're going into one room, forgetting what you're going to get. You have to go back to remember what it was. Where did I put my keys? Where did I put the
Yes.
dog? Where did I put the kids? All of that gets much better. I've proved that time and again with patients.
Okay. All right. 6 and 7, balance hormones,
Mhm.
strengthen the immune system. Wow. That one right there is very powerful.
Mm.
Talk to us about balancing your hormones and strengthening the immune system.
Okay, well, ladies out there, if you have fibroids, endometriosis, ovarian cysts, estrogen dominance is happening. So when the body is too toxic, the liver is overloaded. The liver is the filter of hormones. Everything is interconnected. It's a vicious cycle that happens there. So when you detoxify, the liver is less burdened and the liver can filter hormones better, ergo correcting a problem of estrogen dominance that brings about challenges. And there you go with balancing your hormones. Gentlemen, if you have challenges with low testosterone because of also estrogen dominance, if you have prostate challenges where we already know also that estrogen dominance is a very big contributor to challenges of the prostate. When you detoxify, the liver's less burdened, can filter hormones better, and so the body can produce a good balance of the hormones that it needs, like the testosterone that most likely that man needs because he's low on his levels. So yeah, that's where the balancing of hormones comes in. And lastly, and I'm sorry, number 7, strengthening the immune system. That's a given. Um, if the body is not harboring poisons and toxins as such, then most definitely the immune system is stronger. People won't get such frequent colds. You won't have that seasonal allergy challenge constantly. get the flu every single time of year at the same exact time if the immune system is. So.
And lastly, the change in bad eating habits in a person so their stomach reduces to normal size. So bad eating habits. What are your thoughts on that? And why is that so important to keep in mind?
So when a person is also dealing with weight gain and they're toxic, they're really causing a lot of waste and toxins, they've been overeating, the stomach has been stretched. However, with detoxification, because cravings cease and all of that, the body also doesn't start craving fried foods as much. It's wonderful when I see that process. Oh, I used to have French fries every single day, or would always have to have potato chips every single day, Dr. Julissa, and now I don't crave those things. And so the stomach will reduce to size. Craving for meats, oh, that's wonderful because I'm able to help people with that serious craving as well when they detoxify. And so the bad habits of needing to eat junk food, needing to eat processed foods diminishes greatly when one detoxifies. So if the stomach is stretched, making that person want to eat large amounts of food because they're not satisfied with a normal, decent size amount, this is a wonderful process for them to undergo, where they don't have to do stomach stapling, where they don't have to consider lap bands and such to help them with the weight loss. So they don't take that into account, and it's important to know that the cleansing and detoxification, the stomach can reduce to normal size. It's been proven in studies.
Powerful information, and thank you so much for sharing. What I want to transition over to Dr. Julissa, if we may, some of the things, I always love to talk about incorporating the vegetables and incorporating fruit. Talk to Source Nation, if you will. What are some of the things that they can implement? And I'll use myself as an example, because I'm sure we probably have some family members that are interested. But my daily lifestyle really involves a lot of traveling. And I am on the road consistently. So there's really no downtime for me. For example, I can be home for 24 hours and I'm gone again days at a time. So if I was interested in doing a detox program, how would I be able to do that and do it effectively on the road?
Are you asking me as far as taking herbal therapies?
Right. What can you do? Because if you're going to detox, just like I want to be able to do it, but with my lifestyle, it's like I'm feeling like I have to be stationary to do it. So how would I incorporate something like this with that type of lifestyle, on the move constantly?
Understood. A wonderful question.
Okay.
There's really nothing that you need to change. Just know that, which I imagine you already do now, with being on the road as you do, you make stops to listen to your body when nature calls. I imagine you already do that. So just keep in mind that, for example, in the 2-3 times a day that you normally are probably or should be eliminating, it may just be in just a slightly bigger quantity, only because you're doing cleansing and detoxification, but not feeling that you can't leave your home, not feeling that you won't be able to be on the road and carry yourself through your day. Now, the diet, the way that you eat during a cleansing and detoxification program is significant.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go today, let me say that when you have wonderful athletes and amazing celebrities as Serena Williams and Venus, that we know are vegan and have been vegan for many years. The vegetarian and vegan movement has grown so significantly that it is extremely easy to find anything to eat anywhere to support a healthy lifestyle. Honestly, really, there's so many great places. And so in the process of doing a cleansing and detoxification program, most definitely the diet should be a very light one. It should be
Okay.
incorporating that, right. It should be incorporating a lot of more raw. And what I mean by that is salads,
Mm-hmm.
for example, incorporating a lot of the greens, a lot of mesclun and things of that sort. If you, and there's so many juicing places everywhere. If you wanted to incorporate that, I'm never worried about the person feeling hungry. Never.
Mm-hmm.
Because that becomes corrected
Okay.
through the process. So no, nothing needs to change. Just know that natural processes of when the body says it's time to go and eliminate,
Mm-hmm.
go and eliminate, but
Okay.
not to the point where you can't feel that you can carry out your day.
Okay.
Know that the foods should change. Definitely less refined, common sense wise, that we know that we should be incorporating. And I will end also in sharing this. The amount of water intake must
Very
be
important.
correct, right? Must be correct during a cleansing and detoxification program, because I don't recommend taking your herbal therapies with juice, my friends,
Mm-hmm.
because of the sugar. And so all of those little factors do play into it. Do take your herbal therapies only with water. Depending on your weight, it should be half your body weight in ounces of water. And so that also prevents anyone from feeling bloated or feeling that they can't eliminate the right way or whatever it may be. You eliminate all of those challenges when a person doesn't change their lifestyle eating habits while they're going through the detoxification.
Great information. Dr. Julissa, thank you so much for coming in tonight and giving us some great information in reference to detoxifying and being able to continue to live our lives in a healthy way. If you will, please. You know, we always like to leave either with some encouraging word or maybe some tips and advice that we have not stated in tonight's conversation. If you wish to do so, we'd love for you to do that at this time.
Okay, wonderful. Um, I would recommend that everyone embrace whatever their body goes through will be unique and right for their body as they're going through that process. Have the amazing optimism and know that one feels even more joyful when you're going through that process, because irritability very much sets in when the body's harboring a lot of toxins. Anger as well is very easy to experience, impatience also. So notice even your emotions shift a bit, your mannerisms shift a bit when you're going through that, where things feel more pleasant. Internally, you actually feel more peaceful. And I can't tell you time and again how patients have been able to share that as well. So embrace it,
Yes.
open yourself up to it, and carry out that practice more often to prevent disease.
Great, great information. And if you will, share with Source Nation and everyone watching tonight, how can we get more information about you and continue to support you in your efforts?
Okay, wonderful. Well, you can all find my information at drjulissa.com. That's drjulissa.com. And I so look forward to being here with you again next week, Kathy. Blessings to all of you. Bye now.
Thank you. Thank you. We look forward to having you also, Dr. Julissa, back here again next week. Source Nation, of course, you've heard it right here on Healthy Living, how to implement a detoxification program. As Dr. Julissa stated, it's very easy to do. Some of the things that we've been doing, like eliminating the red meat, myself included, we must do that. And then, understanding your bodies. I think that is so very important. That's something that Dr. Julissa stated tonight. You know how much your body can take. You also know what you need to do in order to continue to keep it at its most healthiest state. So if detoxifying is something that you want to do, then of course continue to read up on it. Go to Dr. Julissa's site. She has a wonderful article which we're going to place in tonight's comments. Therefore, you can click on it and you can definitely reach out to her at www.drjulissa.com, as well as on Facebook. More information in reference to tonight's show down in the comments. Reach out and definitely join us again next week for healthy living, because what you want to do, Source Nation, is make sure that you are living your healthiest life ever. Thanks so much for watching us. We'll be back here again next week. Be blessed. Good night.
It's yours.